Hello and welcome again to this series of short videos, short talks about the society and religion. In the previous video, I talked about the agenda, but I was not able to really explain it very well because it was short of time. But this time is a continuation of that idea that everyone has an agenda. You know, my dear friends, we are living in an agenda-driven world. There's no such thing as having no agenda. Having no agenda is an agenda itself. So we should be wary, we should be aware that whatever is being done, whatever is being propagated, there is an agenda behind it. In the United States, it's very clear because of their clear divisions as to their politics. For example, the Republicans stands for a different principle with regards to how society and even morality should be. And the Democrats also have their own way of thinking. So it's a clear divide in the United States. And most often, the conservatives are the Republicans and the liberals are the Democrats. And for example, the party of Trump is far different from the party of Obama. And Obama, during his presidency, proposes legislations that are pro-Democrats, which the right would claim that these are actually leftist, liberal leftist agenda, and so on and so forth. Now in the Philippines, it is a little bit vague because there is no clear-cut divisions as to the parties, for example, in politics and how they legislate law. But in a way, it affects us, precisely because of the geopolitical climate. Like for example, during the terms of Obama and that of Pinoy, our former president, the RH law was passed at the instigation of a liberal Obama administration. Most often, we would claim that it was Pinoy who really pushed it, but well, that's true. In the Philippine context, in the local scene, it was Pinoy who pushed it. But in the global perspective, it was actually Obama who went into an agreement with Pinoy during his state visit in Washington to push that there should be a reproductive health law in the Philippines. So you see, whatever the policies of a world power, it does affect us in terms of our legislations or even in how we see ourselves. So if that is in the politics, that is also happening in media. For example, oftentimes we can see that old movies would talk about values, family values, loyalties, etc. But nowadays, look at what is happening in the media, for example. It would have been a taboo before to see homosexuality being played out in the TVs or in the movies, but nowadays it has become a kind of a commonplace. So, what you see now is that news, movies, songs, even fashion shows or whatever you have, whether consciously or unconsciously, an idea is being propagated. Whether it is going to promote liberal morality or it may promote conservative morality. Whatever the side or parties that we are talking about, there is no neutrality. Always an agenda is being played out. So, if you're listening to talks, homilies, or even seminars on the young, for example, that is being offered by NGOs or even by the civil society or by the church, be wary that there is some agenda that is being proposed there or being promoted. And that is the reason why leaders should be able to discern. When you listen to these talks, for example, or seminars, Are these talks and seminars propagating values that are coherent and relevant to our present society, but enlightened by the gospel? Or are we twisting it in a way that our evangelical wisdom or evangelical truths are being bended in order to suit society? Well, according to Jesus, you are in the world but not of the world. If our value systems are already agreeing without putting into question the values of the world, then instead of being not of the world, we have become in the world and of the world. So my dear friends, Christianity should always be countercultural. That is the nature of Christianity. If Christianity bends itself forward or backward in order to accommodate culture, then we are losing something.